Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Baha Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Baha Hashem, Kohak Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, and faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and my Heavenly Big Brother, Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Trying to put a spiritual bug in you Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called black Latinos, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Indians, and you speckled birds. And what is a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, or so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. And I got some videos lined up about AI and data centers. Hopefully, I have enough time to tackle it all. Either I can't, then I'll just stop at where the data centers, or where I start with the data centers. And I'll stop right there. Where the first video of the data centers was mentioned or shown right here, that's what I'll just stop. I don't know, but let's just play these videos and see how it goes. And Lord willing, I can get into the scriptures to my best ability and say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, the Holy Spirit of Kohak Kadash. Lord willing, be on me. Let's get it.
Here's a generally wild collision happening right now. Chinese courts have ruled in 2 separate cases that companies cannot fire workers simply because AI can now do their job. The legal principle they established is as follows: AI adoption is a strategic business choice, not an unforeseeable change in circumstances, so companies cannot shift the risk of technological change onto employees. Meanwhile, in the United States, between 78,000 and 92,000 tech workers were laid off in the first 4 months of 2026, with nearly half of those cuts explicitly attributed to AI, and there is zero equivalent legal protection. China is protecting workers during the AI transition. The USA doesn't appear to be doing the same thing. Why is that? I'm El, I have a PhD in computer science, and I analyze AI developments to understand what is actually happening beneath all of the hype. And when you look at the actual court rulings, the actual legal framework, and what's happening in Silicon Valley at the exact same moment, the contrast is generally extraordinary. Let me show you what I mean. Start with the case that triggered all of this. A tech worker in Hangzhou, identified only as Joe, worked as a quality assurance supervisor at an AI company. His job was basically verifying AI-generated answers, optimizing outputs from large language models. He earned about 25,000 yuan per month, which is about $3,600 US. In 2024, the company decided its AI systems had improved enough that Joe's role could be automated. They offered him a different position with a salary cut from 25,000 yuan to 15,000 yuan, which is a 40% pay cut. Joe refused. The company fired him. Just stop and think about that for a second. Joe's job was checking the AI. The AI got good enough that it didn't need somebody checking it anymore. So the AI replaced the person whose job was verifying the AI. It's recursive job displacement. Joe filed for arbitration. The arbitration panel ruled the dismissal unlawful. The company appealed to a district court, lost again. Appealed to the Hangzhou Intermediate People's Court, lost again. The court's reasoning was this, I'm quoting: "The termination grounds cited by the company did not fall under negative circumstances such as business downsizing or operational difficulties, nor did they meet the legal condition that made it impossible to continue the employment contract." So they're basically saying, just because you bought an AI that can do somebody's job, it doesn't mean you get to fire them and call it force majeure. There is a second case that establishes the very same
Hey, interesting. I mean, that's what it's gonna be like. People throwing any damn car, ship, what they call them, trains, and haul their asses off. New game.
Principle. A worker named Liu had been employed since 2009 as a map data collector, which
is gonna be hauling folks off in them trains, sending them off to them concentration camps. Yep. Oh, speaking of that, yeah, that TV show I was just watching on The Boys. Yeah, they mentioned about concentration camps, the Homelander concentration camps. Anybody who's against Homelander, yes, well, hates America, y'all ass being hauled off to them concentration camps or re-educational centers.
was basically manual data entry. In early 2024, his company switched to AI-powered data collection, eliminated his entire division, and fired him. Liu won his arbitration case in Beijing on the exact same grounds. The legal question at the center of both of these cases is essentially, does AI-driven job replacement count as major change in the objective circumstances under China's labor contract law? Chinese labor law basically defines objective major changes as uncontrollable, unpredictable events such as natural disasters, government policy causing ruin, things generally beyond a company's control, not business decisions. And the court said the company's adoption of AI was a voluntary move to stay competitive. By citing AI replacement as grounds for dismissal, the company had effectively shifted the risks of technological iteration onto its own employees. You chose to buy the robot replacing people is not an act of God. This is just a Tuesday. Which raises the obvious question, what is happening in the rest of the world? Here's where it gets generally absurd. By early 2026, roughly 78,000 to 80,000 tech jobs had been cut globally, with more than 3/4 of those losses in the US alone. Around half of those cuts were officially linked to AI or workflow automation. As of late April, over 92,000 tech workers had been laid off in 2026. Let's walk through what's actually happening at these companies. Oracle laid off an estimated 20,000 to 30,000 employees in March via a 6 a.m. email signed Oracle leadership, not a person's name, just leadership. Eliminating 20,000 to 30,000 jobs could generate $8 billion to $10 billion in savings for Oracle, and that freed capital is earmarked for AI data center investments. In normal words, we're firing tens of thousands of people to buy more GPUs. And the stated reason is Meta told employees this was all part of our continued effort to run the company more efficiently and to allow us to offset the other investments we're making. Meta announced in April it would cut 8,000 jobs, about 10% of its workforce, with layoffs beginning May 20th. Internal guidance suggests the company could ultimately reduce headcount by nearly 20% across the full year. Other investments means AI infrastructure. They're cutting people to fund the machines. In another example, Block, the company behind Square and Cash App, cut from 10,000 employees to 6,000. CEO Jack Dorsey said this was due largely to the new capabilities offered by AI and the reduced need for human employees. 40% reduction presented as a normal business update. Snap cut 1,000 jobs, 16% of its workforce. CEO Evan Spiegel cited rapid advancements in AI that enable our teams to reduce repetitive work, increase velocity, and better support our community. Reduce repetitive work. It's the same framing again. He's doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, isn't it? Salesforce also laid off 4,000 customer support roles in September, with CEO Mark Benioff saying, I need less heads, not fewer roles, not reduce headcount. I need less heads, like he's ordering a shipment. And the kicker is that Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta, and Amazon are expected to spend nearly $700 billion combined in 2026 on AI infrastructure buildouts. So to summarize, Silicon Valley is firing nearly 100,000 people in 4 months, half explicitly for AI, while spending $700 billion on AI infrastructure and presenting this as unavoidable technological progress. Meanwhile, what legal protection exists in the United States or Europe? Here's what's generally striking to me. The United States has no federal law protecting...
Alright, I'm just gonna leave it there. Get to the other videos, got a whole lot. If you want to watch the rest of the video, be my guest. They go to title, they go to channel. Yeah, just a whole bunch of videos related to AI and robotics and all that other stuff and digital ID. I got a whole lot of it. A lot of tech shit related stuff that's gonna fuck people's lives up. Hey man, seek the Lord. Perfect opportunity to do so. Let's get to the next video. What the fuck? Come on, man.
There is a growing, disturbing menace on the prowl, targeting school children. In the UK, criminals are reportedly manipulating pictures found on school websites and social media to create sexually explicit images, triggering serious concern and warnings. In fact, child safety experts and the UK's National Crime Agency reportedly warning that criminals are using AI to manipulate photos of children and then demand cash not to publish them. But what's the way out? Experts reportedly say, for example, UK schools should remove pictures of students' faces from their websites and social media accounts. This, of course, in an attempt to fight this menace. Not just that, they also recommend that educational institutions should remove identifiable pictures of children from their websites and social media accounts, or consider not using them at all. Let's also tell you about a specific case that unfolded. According to the Internet Watch Foundation, reportedly a blackmail attempt was carried out recently involving a UK secondary school after criminals used the institution's website or social media accounts to take photos of school children and then using AI tools, turning them into child sexual abuse material. The blackmailers reportedly sent the images to the school and threatened to publish them online if they did not receive money. The rise in the amount of AI-generated child sexual abuse material found online, according to a safety watchdog, the Internet Watch Foundation, it rose by 14% last year, with the majority of videos showing the most extreme type of content. According to IWF, AI child sexual abuse material is widespread and growing. And according to it, advances in AI have driven the convergence of tools that previously required separate capabilities. Single applications can now generate abusive imagery with minimal effort, removing the need for technical expertise and significantly lowering barriers to entry. Also, the volume and severity of AI imagery, according to it, has increased exponentially due to the availability and ease of the tools. To stay up.
Yeah, hey, I'm still trying to find this scripture about wicked rulers ruling the world. It pretty much, I'm just roughly paraphrasing, but I mean, about what's it? Wicked rulers ruling the world. The people be about the same, or something like the same as the rulers. I can't find it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and read this. Yeah, I'm just going ahead and read this instead. Yeah. Let's see. And this is what happens when Esau ruling the world. Shit. Esau Amalek. And motherfucking wicked ass shit going on. Pedo crap going on. Proverbs chapter 29 verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear fruit, the people mourn. And I'm trying to find that script, but I can't find it. But man, as you can clearly see, man, all this AI shit and man, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. This shit got to come to an end. I'm tired of this fucking shit.
Fortune just published a piece arguing AI models are choking on junk data. The thesis is simple. Data labeling companies are flooding the market with low-quality training material, and physical AI, that would be robots, self-driving cars, systems that understand the real world, is grinding to a halt because of it. They point to OpenAI shutting down Sora as evidence. Their world model couldn't grasp physics properly, so the whole thing collapsed under its own weight. I think this completely misframes what's actually happening. I'm Elle, I have a PhD in computer science, and I analyze AI developments to understand what's actually happening beneath all of the hype, because here's what the junk data narrative gets wrong. We didn't hit a data quality wall, we hit an infrastructure gap, and the difference matters enormously for what happens next. Let me explain what I mean. When people say AI, they're collapsing an insanely broad field into a single word. It's like saying medicine. There are a bazillion use cases and branches, and lumping them all together obscures more than it clarifies. Text-based AI, your ChatGPTs, Claudes, your large language models, could free ride on existing human behavior. People were already writing online, billions of words sitting there in various languages ready to be scraped. Reddit posts, Wikipedia article, news sites, books, research papers, you name it. The internet was a massive pre-existing training corpus that cost exactly $0 to generate because humans made it by just existing and expressing themselves. Physical AI is a completely different problem. Think about what a robot actually needs to know to fold a shirt. It needs to understand how much force to apply so the fabric moves but doesn't tear, how gravity affects different materials, silk drapes differently than denim, for example, how the fabric's edges behave when you pinch them, what folded even looks like from multiple angles. This is not information you can scrape from a Wikipedia article. You need sensor data. Robots need to understand how objects move through space. Autonomous vehicles need to know what happens when you brake on wet asphalt at 40 miles per hour versus dry concrete versus gravel. World models need to grasp elasticity, friction, momentum, how light refracts through rain on a windshield at night, the entire physics engine of reality. And here's the thing, that data doesn't exist at scale yet because it requires active instrumentation. We need sensors. Temperature sensors measuring thermal expansion of materials, motion sensors tracking three-dimensional movement, pressure sensors detecting force distribution when a robotic gripper touches something, cameras with depth perception calculating distances, accelerometers measuring changes in velocity, gyroscopes tracking orientation in space. You need to actually measure the physical world in real time, continuously, across millions of different scenarios and edge cases, and we are just not there yet. Now, before you think that I'm being pessimistic, let me show you what's actually going on beneath the surface. The IoT sensor market, that's Internet of Things, basically any physical sensor that connects to a network and sends data somewhere, was valued at $18.34 billion in 2024, projected to hit $422.13 billion by 2034, growing at a compound annual rate of about 37%. That is enormous growth. As of the end of 2025, there are about 21.1 billion IoT devices deployed worldwide. For context, that's roughly 3 sensors for every person on the planet. We're talking about temperature monitors in buildings, wearables tracking your heart rate, motion sensors optimizing factory floors, pressure sensors in industrial equipment, humidity sensors in pharmaceutical storage, light sensors adjusting building illumination, stuff like that. In North America alone, the IoT sensor market is expected to grow from $8.52 billion in 2025 to $136.06 billion by 2034. The fastest growing segment is motion sensors, expanding at 15.8% annually, driven by smart buildings, trying to understand how spaces are actually being used so they can optimize energy and reduce waste. This is real infrastructure being deployed at scale. But here's the critical question. Why isn't it growing even faster? If sensor data is the bottleneck for the next wave of AI, why aren't we seeing Manhattan Project levels of investment in sensor deployment? I think the bottleneck isn't technical, it's incentive alignment. Let me break down what I mean by that. When a technology gets deployed at massive scale, it's because someone sees a reason to pay for it. With text-based AI, the deployment was basically free. The internet already existed. Companies like OpenAI and Google...
Damn, I ain't realized this video 32 minutes long. Well, I ain't gonna play all this shit. Let me, yeah. Anyway, well, this shit ain't gonna... It says AI didn't run out of data. It ran out of reality. So this shit is not gonna really be what they say it is. But I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Because the next thing I'm thinking of is those AI killer robots. I mean, working in the workforce and, you know, they got to do certain tasks and such. Only thing I believe Esau got these robots built to do is kill. That's it. Fold clothes, vacuum, using the vacuum cleaner, washing dishes. Come on, bro. That's nah. AI got them damn robots perfected to kill people, bust heads and split wigs, and that's it. Anyway, if you want to watch the rest of the video, they go to title, they go to video. I didn't know what I was finna to watch. I never watched any of these videos. So let's get started with the next one. Let's go.
Hey there! Welcome to the U.S. Aviation Academy and the Conroe location. Come take a look at our campus.
Over a month ago, a court verdict in the US took the tech giants by a storm. It held Meta and Google accountable for designing social media platforms that are harmful to young people and fined them with a cumulative sum of $6 million. Meta has now challenged this verdict. Our next report telling you more.
The global debate around social media addiction took a fresh turn, as Meta asked a Los Angeles court to overturn its March verdict, holding the tech giant liable for the depression of a 19-year-old woman. In the alternative, it sought a new trial. Meta argued that it was shielded from the claims made by the teen, owing to Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. This 1996 federal law exempts online platforms from legal liability for the materials their users post. Meta also asserted that evidence presented at the trial tied the woman's mental health challenges to the content she viewed, rather than design features like autoplay and infinite scroll. Meanwhile, Google also said that it had plans to appeal against the verdict. This case dates back to January this year when 19-year-old Kaylee filed a lawsuit against Meta, TikTok, Google, and Snap. She claimed to have been addicted to these companies'
Anyway.
platforms at a young age because of their attention-grabbing design. The petitioner demanded accountability as she has blamed these tech giants for fueling.
If that was the case, everybody would be fucking suing these niggas. Man, play it.
Her depression and suicidal thoughts. Subsequently, Snap and TikTok reached an out-of-court settlement with the petitioner.
I might need to settle. I might need to say, hey, I'm going through depression. Anybody can get some cash from these niggas because of this shit and claim they're addicted. Anyway, but guess what? When they turn this shit off, people really are going to be about to commit suicide. That ain't no joke. Shit, yeah. Oh yeah. The power goes out. The electricity goes out. The water goes out. The internet goes out. Your cell phone. No service, no internet, Wi-Fi, whatever the hell you call it. Get what? People gonna be damn killing themselves. Yeah.
Court's ruling found Meta and Google of being negligent in designing addictive products. According to the judges, both tech companies failed to provide adequate warnings about potential danger of their products. Meta and Google were ordered to pay Kaylee $4.2 and $1.8 million respectively. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg himself testified in this matter. While he sidestepped the question on whether Instagram is addictive, he made one big admission that should matter to every social media user. After being presented internal documents, he revealed that Meta previously set a goal to increase the amount of time people spent on Instagram but gradually moved away from this approach. This raises some key questions. Can content and the platform be separate?
See, the purpose of this shit is to get your data, to know who you are. And see, it may be costing them money for lawsuits and shit, but man, that's like a drop in the bucket, of course. Well, imagine a whole bunch of people suing for the same reason. I mean, I don't know if that's because this shit worldwide, so I mean, they'll probably, I don't know, if hundreds of millions of people, maybe more than that, wanted to sue these niggas for the same shit that this person sued them for, they won't even be out of service. No, that shit be still a drop in the bucket. They probably won't even give a fuck. They won't even give them shit.
Why are tech giants not able to use AI effectively to ensure that digital safety and age-based access remains sacrosanct? This assumes significance at a time when the world is grappling with the menace of social media addiction. According to the...
Alright, I don't hear this shit no more. I don't give a fuck about this junk. Let's get to the next one.
And in today's episode, among other things, you'll see scientists are creating new data centers that will be powered by living human brain cells. One more, okay? It's a new Chinese humanoid robot that comes with realistic expressions and can smile and show emotions during its interactions. Chinese scientists are making progress with the brain-computer interface. Now, they are making it possible for wheelchairs to be controlled by thought. The American company is conducting a test flight with a prototype of a supersonic drone. And all of this will happen before the Mach speed tests. Let's understand all of this, my friends. And also some other technologies.
I'm not gonna play all through this video.
Hello, impressed viewers. I am Realidade Impressionante, and you are watching Realidade Impressionante. One of the biggest limitations of electric cars has always been the same, okay? Where to charge them.
Oh, okay. He's talking about gadgets and shit. I don't give a fuck about this junk. I'm trying to find out what's this face, this robot with this human face, human-like face. What is this?
Just another ordinary one we've seen around. But this one was designed with a completely different approach. Instead of relying on ready-made industrial parts, the engineers developed almost everything from scratch: motors, control
sucker rocking pretty natural.
controllers, transmission systems, everything
Fluent.
optimized for a single goal: balancing power, precision, and real-time control. And this is where one of the greatest innovations comes in. The actuation system is known as a quasi-direct drive system. It allows for extremely fast and sensitive responses, something essential to keep the robot balanced while moving. In addition, it uses an advanced type of gear that can
Oh, you got some weights on.
generate high torque in a much smaller space. In practice, this means much more strength with more control and less weight. But what really sets the system apart is not just the hardware, it's how it learns. Instead of simply programming movements, the researchers used deep reinforcement
Motherfucker run down and drop you in your goddamn mouth. I'll kick your jaw off.
learning, a type of artificial intelligence that learns through trial and error. But this time with a crucial detail.
Oh shit! Look at him! Look at him! Oh, that sucker got some moves.
The robot doesn't learn on its
Doom, doom, doom. Hold on, let me turn the damn audio. Let's see, we gonna bust a move. Doom, 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 doom. Shit, the fuck out of here! Yeah, he gonna do a moonwalk on your ass. He gonna moonwalk through some puddle of blood after fucking stumping your head out,
used as a basis to teach
stumping
the
your brains out your skull.
natural patterns of human movements. And the result, much more fluid
Oh, yo, we need the Lord for sure. The spiritual powers, man.
movements, more natural, less robotic, and still completely controlled. Another classic challenge in robotics was also solved here: the difference between simulation and the real world.
Shit, all it needs is a damn, more of a torso, a upper torso.
Many robots work perfectly on computers,
I don't want to see no more of this thing here moving a utility box.
bring humanoid robots to mass production in the coming years. But there's a pretty
They go your damn. He kicked you right in your testes. Heck yeah. Low blow the shit out of you. Now your ass is through.
capable of expressing facial
See what this look like.
micro expressions that are almost imperceptible to some of us. These are the same expressions that we use in our daily lives without even noticing. And this completely changes the game, my friends. Because until now, robots could be efficient, but they weren't socially accepted. They just worked, but they didn't connect. And this could be the real bottleneck of humanoid robotics: acceptance by us humans. The robot may even perform tasks quite perfectly, but without expression,
But
without
this ain't shit. I know they got the real ones, the more advanced robots that look like they really real, like real. Shit.
reaction, without presence, it remains just a machine. Now that seems to be changing. These new systems use synthetic skin, extremely precise micro-actuators, and artificial intelligence that is capable of interpreting and responding to visual, auditory, and also social stimuli. In other words, the robot doesn't just perform an action. Now it reacts, observes, responds, and also interacts with all of this. And when that happens, my friends, perception changes completely. Because we're no longer looking at a machine. We're looking at something that resembles and behaves like one of us. And this has always made us wonder, to what extent does a robot need to look like us to be accepted in society?
Get the fuck out of here.
By strength, speed, or precision, but by the ability to look at us humans while appearing to be something alive. And if this trend continues, the most important component of a robot may stop being its body and become its face. Because in the end, my friends, it's not what the machine does that defines the intention behind everything. It's what we feel when we look at these machines.
Oh, anyway, let's get to the next one. His one is a humanoid head.
Guys, have you been seeing these cinematic, insanely
你终于来了。
The new Noetix Xiao Yue feels less like a robot reveal, and more like the start of a new kind of companion.
It's kind of resembled to that one. I don't know if that was the same company that's making this shit, but probably a different one. Because there's so many of them doing the same shit, so... making these lifelike robotic heads, and and then working on the bodies and shit. Anyway.
In the public teaser released by Noetix, Xiaoyue is framed as a lifelike biomimetic robot with blue eyes and a calm, desk-side presence, introduced with the idea that it is about to enter your world. From the way the clip is presented, the focus is not on flashy stunts, but on personality, expression, and that unsettlingly human feeling that makes people stop and stare. The facial skin is made from specially designed platinum silicone that resembles real human skin, while it is worth noting that the detailed inner build has not been officially published yet. What makes that illusion
Man, this nigga trying to make him a robo-lover.
work is the hardware underneath, including dual RGB cameras built into the eyes.
And hey, this is what we're gonna replace you. Well, there won't be enough time on this earth that I don't know, man. I'm hoping we just got 1 year left, but y'all can say you females in trouble if they release this shit out. If they have sex bots and all that shit, hey man, you females are through, man. Anyway.
Another RGB camera that sits in the chest. The robot also uses a linear 4 microphone array.
But still, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Depth cameras, LiDAR, and ultrasonic sensing for awareness. That means when the robot speaks, it is actually generating responses, moving its lips, and expressing emotions at the same time. Noetix says its bionic head uses a built-in AI large model, supports multimodal perception, and can understand meaning and context well enough to sync mouth shapes with speech while keeping voice and expression aligned.
And this is like a therapist. She probably got issues going on in her life, and she got to speak to AI robot head, the talking head, and give her advice on things, and and this shit is gonna be used as something to worship or lean to, and disconnect yourself from a higher power like Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah. A lot of these damn heathens don't know nothing about the God in the Bible and his son anyway, so yeah, that's why they got this shit.
That is what lets the robot look toward people, respond naturally, and stay emotionally present, instead of feeling like a static display piece. As for launch, availability, and price, Noetix has not publicly confirmed those details for Xiaoyue yet. That means Xiaoyue is still in teaser or prototype territory, rather than a product already on sale.
We have got to the point.
I guess that's it for that video. Yeah, it's only 2 minutes long. Let's see what they're talking about. Was it ID required?
Well, there's actually a social media now.
Sorry, I ain't got no scriptures. I mean, I don't even know what to read, man. Nothing ain't triggered me to get into anything. Let me read some. What's going on with this robot shit? Let me see. I don't really have anything. Let's get to the next video, which is this one.
Specifically for people who have done ID age verification. The new European W Social is launching in a few days. It'll be launching on May 9th and will require a government-issued ID and biometric scanning to be allowed to make an account. You heard that correctly. You cannot use this European social media without actually giving over an ID. This is actually crazy because this is a European Commission's way to make sure that they can watch everybody in Europe and make sure that they are monitoring their social media posts. They can find out exactly who everybody is, and they did the exact same guys. We're doing it to protect the kids. We're doing it to prevent bot accounts, and yeah, the only way they could think to do that is to make everybody sign up with their digital ID, biometric data, all that stuff. So the website looks like this, where it says W Social, trust your feed. I've already clowned on this little tagline that they have had on Twitter, but basically they say, we believe in the need for a global, trusted social media platform owned, run, and hosted in Europe. W is built on verified human users, transparency, privacy, and free speech. Oh my god, this is just hilarious to me. Privacy and free speech? To do anything on the website, you have to hand over an ID.
Yeah, your biometrics, which will be your face, your eyeballs, soon a microchip implant.
How is there any sort of privacy there? What are you guys going to do? Tell us that we're going to go ahead and keep your information safe and we're going to just use it for the purposes of ID verification? Well, I can't help but feel like I've heard that before, and there have been massive data leaks with pretty much every ID age verification related thing.
Yep. These states should get an advantage of us for we're not ignorant of his devices.
Going on in like the last year or so. So many different social medias and random accounts in different countries, I might add, are getting data leaks through ID age verification. People are submitting their IDs to be able to use whatever social media that they want to the fullest extent, and then all of a sudden, boom, they're in a data leak, and now there's nothing they can do about it because their information is out there forever. What is going to make you guys different? How are we going to trust that you guys are going to keep our information safe? In fact, Europe is going ahead and endorsing this and making it like, their social media. We're going to have this social media for transparency, privacy, and free speech. And yet, how are you guys going ahead and verifying age? Oh, through your awful age verification app? I'm sure you guys remember Europe's awful age verification app that they have developed. developed. It's already been hacked twice, and yet Europe claims that it is pretty much ready and available to release to the public. You guys already know I made a few videos. A security researcher named Paul Moore went ahead and hacked the age verification app and was able to bypass it within minutes. And then a week or two later, after the age verification app apparently released some patches, some security patches to make sure that doesn't happen again, he just hacked it again quite easily. Remember, these are the apps and this social media by extension are going to be the guys that have all of your information, and they're claiming that there's transparency, privacy, everything's going to be safe. And yet the age verification app for Europe has already been breached twice. W Social it's only going to be a matter of time before this one gets hacked. I honestly don't understand why anybody would sign up for this one specifically, because you're basically playing Russian roulette with your information. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and sign up to this website, hand over an ID, because I want a website free from bots. That's the only way you guys can think of to stop bots, not through a CAPTCHA system, not through a system where you make sure that there's enough account activity, nothing like that. Really, the only way you can think of is to go ahead and submit an ID. That's the only way you can think of to make sure that people are human, really. So the website isn't publicly available yet. It will be on May 9th, but you can join a wait list after entering your information over here. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter some fake information over here and see what it says over here. I wish to receive short, regular CEO email updates about W's progress, or more accurately, their downfall, and information integrity. I can unsubscribe at any time. Okay, buddy. Let's go ahead and join the wait list and see where it takes us. Please check your...
I'm gonna stop right there, but yeah. More bullshit. Let's see what this is about.
This is absolutely terrifying. And if you care at all about freedom of speech or the ability to just go to a protest or speak out against power, you should be paying attention to this prairie land.
This seems like it could be possibly famine of the word related scripture. I mean, related. No. Well, you do have to be careful of what you say, but they're talking about careful on how you dress, wearing. Yeah, it was an anti-ICE protesters convicted for terrorism charges for wearing all black. You're trying to say that they're Antifa? They're dressing like a ninja? They're dressing like a ninja get you in trouble, get you locked up, man. Anyway.
Verdict. So anti-ICE protesters were convicted on terrorism charges for wearing all black and for other things like having a first aid kit.
If they are wearing, if they start charging people for wearing all black, AI can pick somebody up that's wearing all black, because AI, the AI systems, they identify people's faces, and plus not just that, the body size, the way they walk, and also what they wearing. They can identify what color you wearing. If you're wearing all black, they can identify you as a terrorist and send somebody to come and get you, or something to come and get you, like a humanoid robot or a drone. Yeah, come and get your ass. If they make that shit law, and hell, you might not have no affiliation with what's the name, Antifa. It don't matter. They don't give a fuck.
So let's just kind of run down what happened. I think this Intercept story is good, and then we're going to read a story from Steve Botticelli, who's in
So this won't be famine of the word related, but you're going to have to be careful. Still, you got to be careful what you say, but also the way you dress now. Shit.
A federal jury handed prosecutors a mixed victory in the trial of 9 protesters for their roles during or after a chaotic demonstration outside an ICE facility last July, convicting 8 defendants of terrorism charges, but sparing some of them on attempted murder counts, which is crazy. Sorry.
So this really, okay. This video really it's not really have nothing to do with AI, and I thought it was, but hey, like I said earlier, man, let's say AI cameras identifying what you're wearing and how you and what colors the clothes are. They can use that easily and identify somebody wearing all black as a terrorist. You never know. I'm not gonna play no more of this shit. Nah, I ain't gonna play no more of it. But if you want to watch the rest of it, be my guest. They go to title up, they go to channel. I guess I just threw it in here because I didn't know where else when could I actually play this video and talk about it. Yeah. But at the times we coming into, man. Anything you say, of course, any kind of way you dress, it can get you locked up. Any colors of your clothing or your apparel, way it looks, can get you in trouble. Shit. Let's get to this one. But you know what? It's okay for you to walk around. Hey, it's okay for a man to wear a dress, a pink dress. It'd probably be a problem if you were wearing all black with an all black dress. Now, there probably wouldn't be no problem with that either. Shit, I don't know, man. It'd be a problem if it was you don't have a problem with the Lord. That nigga will have a problem with the Lord, that's for sure. the wicked powers that be, nah, they won't have much of a problem with that. If a woman walk around down there in her underwear, would it have to be all black before she get in trouble? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, let's get to these data center videos.
This is an Axios report that came out a few months ago. So this right here is showing the current and planned data centers. So
and another thing to mention that all these videos is pretty much, you know, it's gonna all tie into the chip implant, the market of the beast. I just want to mention that.
Currently operational, you can see a map and an under construction or planned. And so currently operational, you can see that if anything has over any state has over 300 data centers, it's this really dark purple color. So Texas, California, and Virginia are the highest, like the most. Virginia, if you look at the size of the state compared to the number, 663 data centers, that's not good at all. But you can also see under construction or planned. And again, you can see there's 3 states here. So California, they've kind of backed off, but you can see here that we've got Texas. They're like going full steam ahead. Georgia also, and then again, Virginia is also just going full steam ahead. So what it says here, nearly 3,000 new data centers are under construction or planned across the U.S. per a new analysis shared first with Axios, adding to the more than 4,000 already in operation. So this is a big deal. So zooming in, it says Georgia and Pennsylvania are among the states due for particularly big data center booms if all goes to plan. Okay, so you can see that this is real. It's increasing. Now, there's a website which is if you go to opengridworks.com, so which is up right here, you can see you have this little sidebar here, and you can toggle on. You can see, like, for instance, where are there solar fields in America? Where are there wind generating fields? So this is actually, you can even map out the entire power grid. You can look at the power transmission lines. It's really cool. But what you can do, which is what I've done, is you can just select data centers. So this right here is showing you, like, if you're curious in your state or your region, where are the data centers at? You can zoom in. So I grew up in Ohio. I grew up just outside of Columbus, Ohio. Ohio has gotten a...
I wish you had a map where you could find out where all the... Man, get your butt out from under the table. I wish they had a map that tell you where all the local concentration camps are located. Yeah, they won't have that. They probably will have some of them located on the map. Then probably not. Yeah. Now, if you can be able to find it off a Google map or concentration camp, they'll probably put some fake trees to cover all the tents or the buildings, so you won't know. Yeah, so you won't know if that's a concentration camp or not. What I'm saying, on Google, the location where let's say they have a concentration camp that once was located on Google Maps, but now they changed it up by adding they edited the image by adding some trees in there so they can cover everything up. I believe they'll do some shit like that.
A lot of attention.
It's just like, for example, Area 51. They'll just make Area 51 look like just a plain old desert, but that's about it. But whatever.
Because
and ain't Area 51 the only area, but they got other areas. They doing all these top secret testing and shit like that. Anyway.
Their data centers. Like, I got a video to play on one of the data centers at the New Albany. And so specifically, right here, this is New Albany area, which I grew up. So I grew up over in this little area called Plain City, which is on the other side of Columbus. But New Albany has massive.
Way too many, man. What the fuck?
Data centers being built. And I've got a video talking about a Google data center there. So you can actually view and kind of zoom in, and you can see exactly where the data centers are in your area, who owns them. You can get more details on them. And so again, the website is opengridworks.com. So opengridworks.com will take you where you can view on this, and you can kind of check out wherever you're located. You can see exactly what data centers are. So, for instance, like, this is New Albany in Ohio, and you can see here's a massive Meta complex right here. So here's a Meta data center, Meta. So all these buildings right here are Meta. So Meta is one of the companies that is building massive data centers. Okay, here is Google. So you look at this whole complex here. Okay, you've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or so different buildings in this huge complex right here. And this is just in Ohio. So just in New Albany. And so anyway, I like these things. I like to see what's going on. Now, I live in upstate New York now, and I'm glad I checked this map. And there's...
Let me see if he got a link to this website. I ain't gonna play this video too long. I can't see what it say. I forgot what website he said he's at right now. I think this is it. Oh hell no, this ain't it. Fuck it.
There's actually not really any data centers near me.
Oh, you know, just type in data center map. Data center map. Data center space and power. Nope, that's ain't it. I think that's it. Data center map. I'll just type in. There's not one there. Hold on, wait a minute. What is that? I just want to see a map, nigga. Oh shit, this ain't no map. Okay, here's a map. I don't know how current it is. What is the green? A lot of times they're gonna be located in, well, shit. I know damn well they got way more. Madison, I know they know that's way more out in this area in Madison. They got Rutledge. I guess it's in Red Social Circle. This is like where I'm at. Covington. Man, they got more than that. These niggas full of shit. There's more data centers out here, especially in Madison. These niggas full of shit. I don't even know if I'm in the right website, but it says data center map. So, I guess this would be data centers. God damn, would you fucking stop? Now, they ain't talking about some 11,419 data centers. I guess worldwide. Oh, from country worldwide. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's more. It's more than that. I'm pretty sure. And they still counting on. Or still building. And some of them can't even be built. Some of them halfway built, and then they had to abandon the project of building this shit.
But again, who knows? I hope to goodness that there won't be more.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get to the next one.
So people are beginning to wake up and reject these AI data centers that are being put up all across the country. And they're rejecting them for every practical reason you can imagine. First of all, these things take a tremendous amount of fresh water, and they blow through that fresh water, leaving people vulnerable to run out of water. That alone should be the end of the conversation. Like, you know, you shouldn't put these things up on those grounds alone. But then you get to the noise pollution, the light pollution, the actual pollution, which in Memphis we know Grok's data center is like basically poisoning people there. It is a fucking nightmare. It's a nightmare. Now take a look at this. Alarming. Small town Louisiana is in chaos because of Zuckerberg. Meta is building a $27 billion AI data center, 4 million square feet on 2,250 acres. They're permitted to suck 23 million gallons of water per day, while locals deal with noise, lights, dust, and skyrocketing bills. Estimates are saying 600 million gallons of water per year will be used. This is what progress looks like, turning peaceful American towns into server farms for all of your data. Big tech gets richer off of the data that they legally stole from you, all because you signed the terms and conditions. Regular people are getting screwed. Say goodbye to any ounce of privacy that you think you may have had left. Who's really winning here? Tag someone who needs to see this. And then here we go. So let me play this video for you. Let's watch.
Meta's new $27 billion AI data center is causing chaos in a small town in Louisiana. In February, I flew down to Louisiana, to Richland Parish, a rural county where Meta is building a mega AI data center. Just to put it in perspective for you, this AI data center is 4 million square feet, 2,250 acres. That's roughly 70 football fields. When I was in Richland Parish, I spoke to over a dozen residents and really got to hear their concerns. People are...
You know what, yeah. When I play that video about the people suing Meta and whoever else, yeah, if a whole bunch of people in the world was there suing these niggas, claiming they are addicted to, you know, it caused them to be depressed and all that shit. Man, that whole lawsuit of all those millions of people, that's just saying millions of people are claiming a lawsuit for depression and all that shit thanks to social media. These people will not go out of business. This shit will be a drop in the bucket to these people. Anyway, goddamn, $27 billion for a data center? And that's not the only one they have. I'm pretty sure they got data centers maybe a little bit less expensive than that. Probably like $10 billion. They probably built somewhere somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway,
talking about how their rents
sorry
are
if I sound tired, and so it's just, you know, I'm just fucking tired. I'm just so tired. I mean, have to be ripping and running today. Anyway.
Up because there are thousands of workers coming from out of state staying in these massive RV parks. I also spoke to local businesses that are suffering. While there are definitely businesses that are making...
Edomites.
money hand over fist. You're also finding small businesses that are struggling because they can't get in with the right people or get the right catering jobs for the Meta workers on site, for example. And then you're also just seeing a tremendous amount of noise and bright lights. This is a massive site that's brightly lit all night long, and people just see a halo over their house. It's important to keep in mind that this area of Northeast Louisiana has typically struggled with jobs, with poverty, and this AI data center is considered to be an economic boom opportunity for the whole region. A lot of people ask me whether these mega AI data centers are worth the disruption. I can tell you that I've now visited 5 across the country, in Texas, in Michigan, and in Arizona, as well as Louisiana. And I can say it's hard to tell how it's going to play out. They are incredibly disruptive. The residents often don't realize what's happening until it's already happening. There are many people who still hope that the long term is beneficial for these regions, but right now, it's chaos.
Damn. This is what it sounds like living half a mile.
I was wondering if you're gonna play audio, what this shit gonna sound like.
From a data center at 1 a.m. I'll play the video for you in a second. They're sucking 5 million gallons of water per day in a drought state, while you can't even collect rainwater in some places. Constant roar, no sleep, destroyed property values. This is the AI future.
Hey man, you can't catch rainwater. Well, that's the free. Hey, look how much freedom you got here in this country. So much freedom.
They sold us. Wake up. All right, so here we go. This is what it sounds like to live half a mile from a data center. Oh no.
Half a mile away.
If that was happening 24/7, I would lose my fucking mind. Noise at 1 a.m. Oh no.
And then shit, the heat. That shit would generate so much heat, kill off possibly kill off trees, and all the frequency is giving off. Whew. Shit. Man, we gotta get the fuck out of here, bro.
No shot, son. No shot. You are not ready for this rabbit hole. AI data centers are guzzling billions of gallons of water to cool their servers, but here's the mind blower. They're running it through reverse osmosis, stripping minerals plus memory, creating dead null water that forgets everything. Your body is 60% water, thoughts, emotions, consciousness. This seems like it might be a little woo-woo type stuff here, so I don't know about that. But let me also show you this. Texas is about to get absolutely cooked. This new data center in the Texas Panhandle will use more electricity than all Texas homes combined times 2. What on earth? All right, let's watch this one.
How big is the new data center campus they're building in the Texas Panhandle? It's the biggest one in the world. It will use as much power as all of the homes in the entire state of Texas combined.
Really?
Times 2. It will use more power than 38 states.
That's fucking madness. These niggas, man. What the? And look at it. They got these. Look like it's gonna be surrounded by grass and trees. All that shit gonna be dead. All that fucking shit gonna be dead. There ain't no way grass and trees gonna survive that shit. Animals ain't gonna want to be around that shit. Birds don't want to be around that, flying around that area. They be like, fuck. They falling out the sky. They shit. Cause the frequency's so fucked up. It's gonna be so hot. Ain't nothing gonna survive in that area. Nothing organic. Shit.
Not combined, but it will use more power than all of the power used in any one of 38 different states. The data center campus portion of it is, I believe, 18 million square feet. It will sit on a piece of ground that is 5 square miles.
This is what godlike status is to Esau. And to him to achieve godlike status, he have to go through all this effort, all this material, all this shit to be built so he can reach some kind of level of not even close to Yahweh. Fuck no. Oh, because he want to collect everybody's information and know these people. And God, and then use AI to analyze and all that bullshit. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. This is what is work. Man, this ain't goddamn, man.
So you can drive by it for 5 miles, make a right turn, and drive by it for another 5 miles. That's pretty big. You know what the wild part is? The company building it has no knowledge of data centers. Nope, not in the data center business. Project Matador. Look it up.
Jesus Christ. So we're building all these data centers, light pollution, noise pollution, actual pollution, blowing through our fresh water, making people sick. And at the same time, even in the best...
Fucking Esau and Amalek. They are the cancer of the earth, so-called white man. But he's not white, he's red. He's a baby dick sucking Jewish fucking nigger. And look, they're fucking up their own people. Let me get to a scripture on that. It's like, I know I haven't gotten no scripture. I've just been running my mouth a lot. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, read this. Ecclesiasticus chapter 14, verse 5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He ain't gonna be good to you Israelites. Hell, he ain't good to his own people. You know, everybody gonna be suffering. All living creatures gonna suffer. Everybody gonna fucking suffer. This nigga here.
Case scenario, you're building the data centers for the AI that's going to eventually take your job away from you.
Alright, I'm gonna stop right there. That's all I got. I ain't gonna play this lad. I got one more video about data centers. I'm probably gonna keep that for something else. Cause this is a 1 hour long video and I ain't got time to play that. I'm tired and I'm fucking mad too. What the hell is this? I didn't want to do this. Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm mad because I got a car battery that I'm probably gonna have to replace the shit. It's only a 1 year warranty. And I went to the store, went to Walmart. They want to exchange the battery for another battery because the stupid battery tester machines they have, it says it's good. I'm trying to explain to her them battery testers do not. It's a fucking scam. Them battery testers are not accurate enough to tell you what is really going on with the battery. I can't charge the battery up. It says it can. She's saying that the machine saying it can be charged. I charged that motherfucker up and it was fully charged in 2 minutes. You know there's a problem. You try to charge a car battery up in 2 minutes, you know that battery's messed up. It'll take a day for that damn thing to be charged up, a battery to be fully charged. And a slow pace charge. Yeah. And then when I try to jump the car off with that same battery hooked up, it won't jump the thing up. So anyway, the battery's bad, but the machine telling you that it's good. That's why I'm like, it's bullshit. I hate this fucking shit. Anyway, I ain't gonna keep ranting and all that. I just hate the day sucks, and I just pray for this shit to come to an end. Come to an end fast. You gotta go outside? No. You're looking at me goofy. Yeah, I know you hungry. You want some food. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, a little greedy ass. Talking about that dog. Well, anyway, man, that's all I gotta say. I mean, I know this video ain't the most appealing, and God damn it, damn dog. It ain't the most appealing. I'm just putting out information, try to get into the scripts my best ability. I know it ain't the most edifying and all that stuff, but I don't give a shit. I'm gonna put out the news to my best ability and get into the scriptures, which I hardly have done. But let me get to this one, which I hardly have done, but I'm doing the best I can do through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, Lord willing, the spirit is on me while I've been doing this video. But let me read this one. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, because all this stuff that's going on is tied in with technology and AI, robots, data centers, and digital ideas leading on to digital ID. The real one, the chip implant. Yep. And all this goofy ass tech shit that Esau and these heathens are pushing is making people addictive, or either the pedophile type shit is growing, building up, that they're using for that. Anyway, we got to get the fuck out of here. But anyway, all this shit is leading to more problems, and it's also leading to that chip implant. So hey man, in order to avoid getting that chip implant and getting down with this system, seek the Lord, because all this stuff is building us. So hey, best thing you need to do is seek the Lord, try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah, and pray the Lord keep you away from all this crap. You don't end up worshiping AI and Esau, this beast system with the chip implant inside your butt. Because if you get that chip implant, your ass gonna be grass, get mowed over by that lake of fire lawnmower, that nuclear destruction. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, for the vision is yet from the appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So prophecies are happening, and it's speaking loud and clear. And guess what? Seek the Lord by seeking his prophets. If you don't want to be a part of this system, this fucking gay ass system that Esau having these monkey ass heathens building up, seek Yahweh Shema Shah by seeking his prophets, and take heed to what say, and try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah, stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order, Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and bless to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.